know what that is? Discipline. Selfish.
No joke. We're legitimate.
Fucking do that? Then do it. Do it 100%, because I'm trying to.
We recognize that we are limitless.
You gotta be a champion, become a champion, right? Winning is a habit because we create habits that lead to good execution and success. It is episode 48 of the Coaches Show. I'm your host, Mike Bianca, coach of the New Orleans Hurricanes. And with me, as always, is my friend and co-host, Coach Ryan Gray. Tonight, Ryan and I plan to review the epic finals match between Scalp and the Lucky 15s at this year's European Championships. It was held at the awesome Ace paintball venue in Dreux, France. Ryan and I had the honor and privilege to commentate this particular match, and boy, was it worth the price of admission. A great back and forth match highlighting both teams. I also learned that I used the word incredible way too much. So once I got past that, I got focused on tonight's show. But wait, there's more. Tonight's show, we will also host Coach Vincent Lemetelier. I know I screwed it up, Vince, but I'm getting better with my accent, of Scalp. That's right. The man is awake over in France right now and is willing to speak with us live. So stay tuned. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Max Sportswear. For all your custom paintball goods, get maxed. New Coaches Show apparel is available now. Have these conversations at World Cup to get your 2025 gear locked in. And BKI, the best knowledge in paintball. Don't forget to register for the upcoming Coaches Show Clinic 202 Game Management at the 2024 World Cup of Paintball. You can register on PB Leagues or at majorleague.com/coaches show. If we don't get enough registrations by this Wednesday, we will be moving the content to BKI. So we'll be behind the paywall. But if you want to get behind the paywall, you can use a matter of fact, I believe we do have a discount code for you, Coaches Show, when you sign up for BKI. So get on that. Sign up ASAP. All right, tonight's show. Let's get this party started, man. I'm looking forward.
I think it's just Coach Show.
Is it just Coach Show?
Coach.
Okay,
Yeah.
Just Coach Show.
Yeah, but and the whole deal with that, just so everybody understands, like we do pay Major League Paintball to use the spade, the VIP, and the Pro Field. And so if there's not enough people that are interested in doing the Coaches Clinic, no sweat. Like we get it. We only want to do it if you guys want us to do it.
Right.
And so if there's not enough people who are interested in it, no sweat. Like we'll move that content to BKI. We know it'll get seen there, and we'd love to support that. We would have put it up after the fact anyway on BKI, but Mike and I'll jump on here, film it, and then throw it over to BKI and promote it that way. So no big deal. We just want to make sure if you guys want us to do it, we'll do it. If not, no big deal. And it gives us extra time with our teams. And so we're good with it either way. So yeah, if you want to do it, please get registered. Again, first 24 people get a free Coaches Show shirt, as well as a bunch of resources, a ton of documents that you can use for coaching at World Cup. And I think maybe it's tough too because it's on Wednesday. And I know some of you guys don't start until Friday, so that may be getting in the way. Nonetheless, if you want to do it, please get registered ASAP. Yep. I'm really excited about tonight. We were just going to kind of, you and I break down the finals match from NXL Europe Championship. And then Vince saw the reel and he was like, hey, so you guys are just going to do it? And I said, yeah, just Mike and I. And he's like, man, I'll get on if you want me to. And I was like, man, it's 2 a.m. He's like, yeah, man, I'll get on. So, kudos to him for hanging out and giving it up kind of for the community. That's huge. The other thing I want to make sure that I emphasize is I want to thank Black Red Studios for this amazing footage we're going to get to use for this. We've talked about doing these game breakdowns and how cool it would be for us to just have the overhead drone footage to be able to do these breakdowns. And Black Red has provided us just the overhead game footage. So We don't have the scoreboard on there. There's no time. There's no nothing. We're just going to be able to talk about the gameplay, which is huge. So thank you so much to Black Red Studios. We really appreciate it, and it's going to, I think, help really make the content better, because then we can, we'll be able to draw lines. You can see what's happening on both sides of the field the entire time. So really, really cool. Excited to show you guys that tonight. Coming up, so the next couple of weeks, Mike and I were kind of talking about this before the show in the green room. We're really hoping to be able to wait and do the pre-World Cup show on the Tuesday prior to World Cup once we get the layout. But we do have to work around everybody's travel schedules. So we'll get with Shane and SK and figure out what that's going to look like. If it's not going to work the Tuesday before World Cup, we will do it next week. So we do like to have the field layout before, especially me, before we do our picks. I did really well at the last event. So having the layout helped, because it certainly was the reason I picked Paintball Fit, and they made it. And that was going to be, that's a big bump for me. So anyway, nonetheless, excited to get into this. How about you?
I am. I can't wait, because this is a banger, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a fan of paintball, if you're a fan just of gameplay and coaching and adjustments and adaptations, this is a banger of a match, and there's a lot to draw away and take away from this match. So I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, and to kind of set it up a little bit, I believe Lucky 15s was in third place in the series.
Mm-hmm.
This match, once Scalp made it to this point in the tournament, they had the series locked up, right? Mm-hmm. But we all know, like, winning that last tournament of the year, this is basically the European World Cup. Winning that event is a big deal. So Lucky 15s, who are coached by Marcelo Margot this year, really made some vast improvements year over year. They played well last year, but I really felt like this year, some of the things deficiency-wise that they needed to clean up, I really felt like they did. And some big communication things. Clint Moore coming back, I think, for the second event was a big deal for them. Clint was huge in this match and huge in the two events he played. We're going to see kind of where Clint gets injured in this. Scalp has, maybe the best snake player in the world in Malloy, maybe the best snake player who's ever done it. Playing with them, who you'll see is critical in a few of the points. I mean, kind of puts the team on his back. And I don't want to spoil too much of it, but right. Nonetheless, you're going to see a great back and forth match here. And again, very well coached. You'll see some dynamic off the break things, some adjustments that happen mid-game. We'll kind of talk through those as they occur. This layout, I mean, I think we talked about it kind of going into Paris. Jason knocked it out of the park with this layout.
I agree.
Yeah, so fun, so dynamic on both sides. You could really win from anywhere on the field, and you're going to see that. Points are won from the snake side of the field, points are won from the Dorito side of the field, points are won through the middle of the field. So just a really, really very dynamic layout, and both teams played all of it really well. So it's a great match. So let's get Vince in and get into it. He looks sleepy. What's the deal?
He doesn't look sleepy at all.
Hi, guys.
Welcome.
You having some of that good French coffee to keep you awake?
We're okay. It's 2 a.m. here. Let's go. I mean,
yeah, okay. He's like, yeah. Let's go. Let's get through this so I can get to sleep.
No, yeah, I got all my time with you guys.
Set this game up for us a little bit. So you guys had been, you just come off a really good match, very tough match with Tauntaun. Kind of set this match up for us a little bit.
About the semifinal?
No. So like you guys had just come out of a really kind of a big match with the Tauntauns.
Oh,
you're now going. No. Right before you get into this one, you guys had a big match with the Tauntauns, right?
Yeah.
Yep. So I apologize. I know you just came off a tournament, and I'm asking your brain to go back to Paris.
Yeah.
Yep. So 2 a.m. Yep, I get it. So kind of set this up for us a little bit. You guys are, that once you win that game with the Tauntauns, you win the series, right? But the work isn't done yet. So
To be honest, we've been locked on to win the series. If we won the quarter against Breakout, that was already done. When we won against Breakout in quarterfinal.
Okay. So now you have a different emotional ride. So you play Breakout Spa. You've now got the series locked up. Now you're going into the Tauntaun game.
Yeah.
You know that's going to be challenging, and then you have this, right? Because winning the tournament, that's the deal.
Exactly. To be honest, the result that we have in Pro Division for our first season, we didn't expect it to be at this position after just 6 months of being a pro team. Mm-hmm. So after winning Portugal and winning again in Birmingham, we just start to dream to make the 3 in a row, and this is really our objective, our goal. In Drew, we were crazy when we locked on the series title, but we stay really focused on the second goal, that for historic goal.
Well, I think you did set history, because I don't believe any first year pro team in Europe has never lost a match at a single event. You didn't lose a match at all 3 events.
No, we played 21 games and we won the 21 games.
Unprecedented. Incredible. Oh, wait, there's that word again. I got to write that down. Strike. I said incredible one more time. I got to stop.
And not only impressive, but probably will never be done again.
I just
probably
don't see it
will
happen.
never be done again.
I don't know. And we just, this season, we just took the games after games after games. We just want to be a real actor of the league, for sure. But we were conscious that it's gonna be tough for us for the first season, because the gap between semi-pro and pro division is a real big gap. So we were totally conscious of that, but we worked a lot since 4th season, and the Malloy helped us to improve faster than without. All the things he learned us on the field, and moreover off the field, helped us a lot to improve so fast. He learned us how to be a pro team and how to act like a pro team, and that match so well with the Scalp project that is take the sports back in the center of the town, and just prove that if we abort this passion with serious and rigorous, it's a sport as the other sports.
Sure. Yeah.
Would you say that things? Oh, I was just going to kind of piggyback on that about Malloy. Obviously, you have your coaching style and your technique, and you had your culture, and Malloy comes in. Would you say he was affecting the focus? Was he holding people accountable? What was it that Malloy brought? Was he say, okay, we do these drills? How did he integrate with you to improve the team?
Most of the time he was just coming 2 or 3 days before the event, because his schedule of practicing is already full with the Russians. So most of the time we practice without him. The weekend before the event, we always try to practice the Wednesday before the event, and before he come, we exchange a lot on WhatsApp. We exchange videos and our different perspective. He make the effort of practicing on the same layout the weekend prior, so we can exchange with the feelings he got on the layout, and compared to our feelings, make a good mix of that. We got 2 days to make the adjustment, and during the Wednesday practice we try the adjustment, and we go on the Friday. Let's go.
Yeah, love it. And you practiced Charlie's team, so that was important. Shout out to Charlie.
Yeah. Practicing team that make a lot of drills.
That's right. I love it.
Drills are good. They're important. Well, let's jump into the match here.
Yep.
Now, if you don't mind, I do remember this very first point. I remember it being sub 30, and I believe it's because Scalp had some really strong guns off the break, and then you won those first engagements, right?
Yeah.
You like great guns off the break. I think you're going to shoot 2 on the break, and then that first engagement with boom, you're off to the races.
I think it just the G1 of the break. Okay. I got a doubt on the alpha, but I'm not sure. But after that, yeah, we rushed that point. I think it's a 25 second point, something like that.
Okay. All right.
Why do you think it took so long?
Yeah.
But because
that's American tempted humor.
No, it's just because the guys were so focused on that first point that I think they won every first engagement of gunfighting, and they aim so well. So first paint goes straight in the opponent's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see they shot this guy off the break, immediately shoot this one in a gunfight, immediately shoot the back center in a gunfight.
Yeah, first engagement. So yeah, boom.
Yeah, we saw during the tournament that at the first game, I think they didn't go any time to the snake corner, but I saw that during the tournament they start to go there a lot of time, and I think Marcelo want to put a guy outside of the field to try to control Malloy if he goes into the snake.
I mean, wouldn't you? I would. I think Ryan and I actually talked about that a lot in the booth, right? There's a couple of times during the commentary, I believe we comment on the fact that, okay, at one point I even made a joke. I think Vincent's using Malloy as a distraction when you sent him out to the corner one point, right? And then Ryan asked me a very interesting question. He goes, "What do you think about that?" I said, "Well, no, I think when you have a juggernaut like that, you let the juggernaut hunt." And I said, I feel like they're going to go right back to the snake with him. And sure enough, you sent him right back to the snake. But we'll get into that later.
It's point 3, I believe, where we get into that. And then point 4, Mike's like, I'll probably send it back. And
I'm totally agree with you. When you get Malloy, you want to have him straight in the snake most of the time. But since the Tauntauns game and the breakout game, we lost most of the time one guy snake side of the break. So it was a little bit tough for him to push snake side without any support. And he didn't want to take any risk at this moment. So yeah, for sure the game plan was to have him most of the time straight in the snake. But sometimes, what happened is not really what we planned. So he adapts.
Yeah, and this one blows up quickly here. You'll see in a moment, but you send Malloy to the corner again. He dies off the break. Mm-hmm.
Well, the Luckies respond here very well.
Yeah.
The Luckies respond with their own guns off the break. They sail out to get that kill on Malloy. Of course, they end up getting a gift of a minor penalty right there, right?
Yep.
So, which shows you that the Luckies' guns were better than they thought off the break, right? So there was 2. It's a 4
Marcelo
on.
make the good adaptation about the breakout. For sure.
That's right. That's absolutely right. There's that adaptation we talked about, and it makes it a 4 on 2. I get a feeling that they must not have known the count a little bit here.
Yeah, I think so. I think they missed the penalty.
Right. I think that's what it is.
And if you go back, the guy going up the middle here, he kind of sells out in that spot right there. You can do that and shoot the guy going up to that tower. It was kind of that area was really the only space that were deep behind the can cross. Here is really the only places you could really shoot that guy going up to the tower. And it seems like they're kind of both shooting that way.
Bingo.
Yeah. And so I think he slides over. So he should see the penalty right here with him walking off. Like he should have known this center player should have seen that.
Right. And then he shifts over.
So he should see the other guy.
He may have missed the center guy coming out in his transition. When he transitions over and keys up on the Dorito, he might miss the center guy leaving. However, this corner player for the Luckies has got to see the bodies coming now, right? Because he's on the wire.
This is exactly what I want to say. This is exactly what I want to say. This is
so
a part of his job to make the body count. He's as the best place on the field to make the body count, especially when our pits are red.
Right. So they feed the snake here. And if I recall, we're going to close out through the center, though. But so we get in the snake here by the Luckies. And I just felt like maybe they didn't know the count, because I felt like he probably could have progressed a little bit further, a little bit quicker.
Sure.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that's Clint Moore in the snake, who doesn't progress anywhere really fast.
Well, he played everywhere on this layout. I mean, he
did.
So once the hammer drops right there, and boom, Luckies are on the board 1-1. And that now, I think quite literally at this point, there was 13 minutes left on the clock. So we had just had 2 points a minute each. Well, one was 24 seconds. The next was about a minute 26. So
yeah, I got the timeline right in front of my eyes. It's 13 minutes. Yeah, and 5 seconds.
Yeah, we were commenting during this part about the difference between the semi-pro match we had just watched, where game times were running at like 2.5 to 3 minutes per point, and that we were at 13 minutes and played 2 points already.
That's right. So averaging a minute. So
I think during this game there was no doubt that both of the team wants to win that game.
Sure. Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And both of the team want to take the rhythm by their side to try to have the good momentum as soon as possible during this game.
Yeah, and on this layout, critical like tempo, especially if you could come out 5-on-5 or 4-on-5 and sting a team by getting into a space quickly, because you could do it in so many spots. Tempo was really important.
Right.
Really.
And I think with this particular match, if I recall, out of the 8 points that were played, only 2 of those points were a 5-on-5 off the break.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong, but I seem to recall that and making a note about that. But this third point, the Luckies going to win the break. Matter of fact, the Luckies actually won a lot of these breaks.
Yeah, I think they shot 2 of our guys during the third point.
And, you look at that wind on the flags. Ryan and I talked about that. We had noticed, we'd picked up on the fact that the 2 points that had been lost had both been lost on the right-hand side. And we thought, well, look at those flags. It could be the wind. But so Luckies win this. They have quick secondaries out to the wides, which was, I thought was nice. You're going to see you're going to see a dunk here through the center. Right here it comes. Boom. I felt the comms didn't reach this snake player again, but then I realized that the 2 guys who on this particular layout who have eyes on the snake died on the break.
Right.
So he's not going to know. Right. And of course, Malloy's out there. So you're probably sitting there thinking, okay, do I have company? I haven't heard the call. And so he has no idea if Malloy's in there with him. The tower was shot on the break. That D side brick traded, who would have been the other eyes, right? Because he initially had set up to look to be kind of a containment. As time went on, I felt he probably should have pieced it together here. If we know the kill count, our Dorito is gun battling with Snake Corner Malloy. We know our Dorito is gun battling with that can.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like that eventually should have. And this is not any type of criticism other than, hey, paintball teams and coaches, listen up. This is the type of thing that can get lost in translation out there for your teams. there are certain assumptions that can be made that the players have to make. Right. So I think, once you realize those things are going, we got to get down the field and shoot the can and close this game out.
Yeah. And there's also, Marcelo's kind of made the comment a few times as we've talked about this match, that he really wanted to try to burn as much time kind of in the middle of the points as he could to keep it in that 1 point game, right? He really wanted to keep it a 1 point game, not play high tempo, try to play as few points as possible.
And me, I want absolutely the contrary.
Right.
That's
it was obvious.
He knows that.
Yeah, he knows that too. And actually, that's what we tried to do against the Russian legions at the last event, Chicago, and it just didn't work out for us. But yeah, I think in that case, then they executed the game plan very well.
Totally.
However, you lose that Dorito side attacker in that 3-on-2, though, Ryan. We lose that Dorito wide. Now we've got problems. So when it becomes a 2-on-2. So.
Yeah. And I think maybe too, that's why the snake guy stayed back, is he knew he's by himself on that side. You lose him, you're in really big trouble.
Yeah.
Because now you leave Malloy the entire snake.
Entire side.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought the way they played that point was really smart.
No, it was. I just felt I felt like I was like, why is he stalling? Why are we not taking ground here and wrapping and killing the can? And I thought, well, I think I know why, because I went back and looked at the point and I was like, oh, well, his eyes on snake or dead. No one knows if he has.
And this is the
point.
Yeah, this is the point you and I start saying, I wonder if they're going to put Malloy in the snake. Yeah,
that's right. We call the adjustment on this one.
Yeah, we both say, I bet he sends him now.
Yeah. And by the way, I think this is also our first 5-on-5 breakout.
Yeah. And that was Malloy time.
This becomes Malloy time. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
we'll
call this one the Malloy show. We'll call it the Malloy show on this one.
It gets stale here. And I like the 15s are set up well.
They are. They're set up.
I think that Malloy that make that cross shot.
So now I think it's a 3-on-2. No, it's a 3-on-3, right?
4-on-3. So, yeah, 1.
Yeah, 4-on-3. It's a 4-on-3 advantage. Lucky's. Malloy feeds the snake. They know he's there. So I think at this point, like you said, the Luckies are doing a job of drawing the point out.
Yeah, we are not in a good position at this moment.
Well, I mean, it's not bad either.
No, you're not.
Yeah, your head's up here. This is the only person who's a problem right now.
Right.
Because you're this guy's outside, but with him here and him here, you're okay. This is okay. Yeah, you're not in a bad place yet.
Yeah, but we were leaded by 1 and we were down by 1 on the field. So this is why I say not a good position.
Oh, got it. From a match perspective.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't be too anxious at this point. I would have gotten anxious once that happened.
No, to be honest, at this moment, I was just still wondering, do I have to blow the horn for that one? Save a lot of time to make another game.
Right, because of the pace you wanted to play. We talked about that tempo. You wanted to play a lot of points.
Exactly.
But I think on a 4-on-3, you're still in position. You're still in great position, and I would.
Yeah. I was just start to think about it at this moment.
And you got that guy.
He's
pretty good.
And he's about to show you.
Yeah.
How good. So he's pretty sure he picks up this crossfield. It was a great fill out there, right?
He shoots the guy in the middle here. Yeah, right there.
Right there. Now, I thought whoever was in the snake heard the gun, right? So he's creeping to check off. And then he looks at the snake, right? He's checking off. Can I do this? Malloy picks this guy up after he comes in here. So I'm thinking he's looking for Malloy, and all of a sudden he turns just like that.
That's crazy.
And so then boom, Malloy takes the guy across field. This guy sails out. It's a 3-pack for Malloy. It's the
Four.
Malloy.
He shot the guy out of the middle.
I think the last one was shot by Sushi, who took the snake corner.
Out of the corner
and protect
Okay.
Malloy. But Malloy make the 4-pack for sure, because I think the first kill is done by him.
Yeah. Well, then Malloy made sure that the guy was eliminated because he definitely put pain on it. So
yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. I think that was a well point. That I would, as a coach, I'd be pleased with that. I'd be happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Cannot say the contrary. Yeah, he saved the point, and
you got to have points for like that. You know, that's got to build momentum for your guys. It's got to build that excitement for your guys. You know, hey, we got this. Here we go. Let's rock. Right. So
yeah, but it happens maybe only 3 or 4 times during all the season, but he saves for us some critical points and really take the team on his back and bring us and say, guys, I made the job now, but I need you for the next point. I need you all. And at each time that happens, the guys respond so well and give him 100% all the rest of the tournament.
Yeah. You're getting into what my question I wanted to ask from a coach perspective. After a point like that, what are you saying? And you just gave us that. Hey, Malloy just had a great point, you know, but I need all of you to have great points. What's Malloy saying when he comes in? Is he feeding off you?
No, he say what I just say. He say, hey guys, I make the job, but please focus, guys. Every time that happens, most of the time it's because we got a lack of focusing on during this point. So he always remind us that we got to be 100% focused and make the job the best that we can. So when he comes back to the field to the pits, I just say to him, thank you, Malloy. And I told the guys, there was a little bit of trouble, too much sound in the pit. So at this moment, we were not injured in the pit, but I took the decision to take the timeout. I think it's on this point. I think maybe not. No, it's not. I think it's on the 7 point.
Yeah, it's not on this one.
Yeah. Sorry for my memory is not good at 2:30 a.m.
You're doing great. Relax. You're good to go. It's 2 a.m. Yeah. You just had another tournament this past weekend. We're asking you to go 2 months back. You're good to go.
Yeah, but he's going to have to, he's going to be in America in, like 9 days. So he needs to start working on his time change.
That's right. That's a good point. That's a good point. Moving into this next point, I think once again, the Luckies are going to win the break again. They're going to have a body advantage again, but just like
at this moment, I remember at this moment, I was pretty sure that they're going to push in the Rita side. So I oriented most of my breakout players on the D side, but I think they play pocket, and we missed the breakout.
Right, but then sure enough, you feed the snake.
Clint didn't miss his breakout, and he shot my home player. I think it's Clint that shot him.
Love it. So there's a trade through the center, making advantage 4-on-3. Right, you have 2 in the snake, 2 on containment, and
Malloy make a great job. Boom, boom.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, Malloy, once he picks this guy up, right there. Did Malloy get the can as well?
I think it's in.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I was about to say, because that can to me is if I'm any team that played this match and I heard snake, I was not going to be in that can very long. That's
exactly what I said to my players. If you heard snake, get out of the alpha. It's going to be a graveyard for you for sure.
Yeah. So
but good response there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great counter. Great counter. Hey, those of you in the chat, anything you want us to talk about regarding these points, post up. Let us know. If you got questions for Vince, let him know as well. Let's hit it up in the chat, and we'll get to it if we can. The 6 point here, I think they key up on Malloy on this one. The Luckies put some guns over on him, and they're going to take him out of the equation, which was great heads up play out of the Dorito player on this next one, if I recall. But I'm almost positive that Marcelo's sitting there saying, "Okay, I can't have that guy doing this. My guys are executing well. This guy's just making shots, and so we've got to remove him from the equation." So I think he puts a couple of guns on Malloy Snakeway this time, and it pays off.
Yeah. On the 6 points, I understand that you're gonna focus a lot of breakout players on Malloy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just wondering if they just gonna make that adjustment, or if they're gonna have a rush Dorito side or in the center.
Right.
I think it's on the 6 points that they had the player that rushed Dorito side and make a great job.
Right. Bam. I just love this view. Oh, you're teasing me.
Yeah, when I hit the space bar, it pulls it down, and I'm used to hitting the space bar to start the video. Yeah, so there they take Malloy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think what happened is they quite literally, they had the can on the cross, they had the home shooting that way, and they had that God. The God kind of sailed out and played loose, and all three guns were keyed up on that, and it just paid off. But you can't take anything away from that Lucky's Dorito player who clears through and takes, I think, 2 with him. And then there's a quick concession by you, Vince, and that was smart based off your.
Yeah, and he takes more than 2. He shoots that guy. He wraps, shoots him, shoots the tower.
Yeah.
I mean, he went off.
Yeah. And then the home picked him up right there, but then by that time the damage was done. So.
And again, that's what I love about the layout, right? Mm-hmm. You could win from everywhere.
Exactly. So yeah, this is at this moment that I take my timeout.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for coaches who are watching and listening. So the score is what? It's tied up now. 3-3.
It's a 3-3. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's still what? 4.5, 5 minutes on the clock?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you, as a coach, what made you decide to take a timeout at that point? Now, remember, we only get one timeout. So what made you feel that was the appropriate time to take that timeout?
For maybe two different reasons. First reason, this is what I explained before, is that normally in my pits, in Scalp pits, it's a chill zone. There is absolutely no voices, no big sound. It's just the count and the concentration. And that was not the case at that moment. There is a little bit of pressure, of excitation, adrenaline, etc. So I didn't recognize my pit. I said something is not going right.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing is that I wanted to take some times to explain them exactly what I understood about the game plan of the Luckies. Just explain them that, okay, guys, they are focused on Malloy off the break, but they're gonna have the Dorito player. We're gonna rush. So now it's up to Malloy to go to the God or to the snake one. Up to him. He's gonna decide in the base maybe 2 seconds before the start. But us, we have to focus on that guy that's gonna rush Dorito side. Mm-hmm. So this is the moment we changed 2 barrel and put 2 barrel on the Dorito side. I asked my home player to make a 2-step outside of the home, mm-hmm. to open the angle and double the line on the Dorito runner.
All right, so Scalp's on the left, Lucky's on the right on your screen. Is this the one, Ryan, where the Lucky's center player does a tactical retreat and decides to Well, Scalp his own player.
I believe so.
Okay. So you get the kill on the Dorito. Good job.
Yep.
Quick filter from home up there. The Lucky's center player is playing that hard angle. But they feed the snake. They have the wherewithal to know that, hey, we have to have a presence. So I like that. So Lucky's have a good containment setup here. But then now Malloy is on the outside.
Yeah,
and you can see that Dorito player. You see the paint coming off this. Go low down, and you'll see paint coming off of. And I assume it's the Lucky's Dorito player who's dumping paint into that gap between the snake wedge and the mini wall there. Yeah, and he's just dumping paint in here. And
yeah, he just want to hold Malloy our part of the field.
Right. So, but it looks like he's come off that now.
Yeah, the switch happened.
He's passed it off to the center player. Mm-hmm. And then the center player starts calling for help, I think, at this point in a moment. He does. This is great. I like how he hunts here and looks for the opportunity. Doesn't make it happen. Loses that can. The Lucky's player starting to make the move into the snake, and then here it happens.
Yeah.
He pops up, and his own player decides to shoot him in the back of the head.
Yeah, and I get it. That's tough when you know Malloy's right there.
When you know Malloy's in there. The snake player's trying to be crafty, not give his position away to Malloy, so he's not communicating, right? Exactly. So as that center player doesn't know if he's still alive. I do like this move. It was very clever. He could have pulled this off. He just misses a shot.
Yeah, at this moment, I said in my mind, with this move, they have the opportunity to reverse that point.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because Clément Fourage make the mistakes to don't look anymore, and I would be pleased if he bump to the Seattle.
Right. Smart move there. So he shoots, misses a shot at Malloy. Yeah. Tactical retreat back to Snake 2.
Yeah. But he said to me, I was afraid of the Dorito guy if he rush me and can shot my back if I go to the Seattle. That's why I stay to that one.
That's Clint Moore up there that just went from the Dorito can to the Dorito 50 and trades with that wedge up there, but in the engagement takes an earful. I think he takes 3 or 4 paintballs to the side of the head right there, bam, and drops. Now, if you know where the pits were, Marcelo Margot and the Luckies are on the right side of the field, right side of your screen. Clint is completely blocked out by that wedge. They can't see what's happening to Clint. They don't know he's been eliminated. They don't know the refs are around him. So at this point, I think we're under 3 minutes, and both Ryan and I are calling Marcelo needs to concede the point. And almost 1 minute goes by. I think it's 58 seconds, 56 seconds like that before Marcelo realizes that
I didn't understand. And I really try to understand at this moment. And I ask myself, is it something that he plans, or what that means? Does he want to burn some time and just allow us to play maybe just 1 or 2 more points?
Yes. Yes.
I didn't understand at this moment.
That was his plan. Yeah. So he kind of, when I brought it up to him, I was on Play the Game a couple of weeks ago, and that's one of the things we kind of chatted about. And he said, yeah, like if we could get it down to like 2 minutes, minute and a half, and it'd be a 1-point game, I'm really comfortable with that.
Okay.
So he was aware that Clint wasn't.
The answer. This is the only explication I found at this moment.
Okay.
No, he did not know Clint was hurt.
Okay.
He thought Clint was still on the field hiding.
Right. fighting.
right? And Clint's been known to pull off
Yeah.
1-on-2s and 1-on-3s.
Yeah, and he's out of the field.
Yeah.
Right. And so from where Marcelo's vantage point was, he doesn't see Clint standing off to the side and all the refs around him. All he sees is that Clint has not left the field yet. Right.
Okay.
So in his mind, he's thinking, well, he's out there in the wedge and he's in a space they don't know he's there, and he's about to potentially go win this point for us.
Right.
Okay.
As things continue to kind of grind down, he realizes Clint's not alive, but he hasn't come off the field yet. Right.
And then he
kinda
was
made a
frantically
comment
hitting then he started frantically hitting it. Yeah.
And it took like 10 seconds for the horn to go off. But
Okay.
he did also mention, he was like, like maybe the ref should have probably told me, hey, Clint, just so you know, Clint's still out there, but he's hurt. And they should, right? Like,
They
I think
should have.
that's appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, during this point, there is two momentum that change maybe the result at this moment. The mistake of the lucky players that shot his own guy at this moment was critical, and this maybe wanted or not wanted time burning with the injury of Clint, and that was a pity that falls on Clint, because it's one of the most respected and respectable British player that I know. But that's the game. Yeah, pain was coming from the back of his ear, and unfortunately that injured him.
Yeah, it blew his eardrum out.
It did.
Yeah. So he's been here in America. He's been here in America training. So obviously he's fine. But he's been here.
Yeah,
the last
but
few weeks
I saw him in Chicago. and I asked him, how is it? He said that hurts, and I cannot hear from my head. Not possible.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
this is maybe because of that we saw Clint play with a beanie for the first time of his life, maybe.
Yeah. Without those little golden locks flying through the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's interesting you brought up kind of the momentum thing, because this is a match I really felt like neither team, kind of the Luckies sort of had it early, but only for a couple of points, right? And then it shifted, but then it never really stayed one way or the other. It kind of, this was such a back and forth match with just off, and it was off the break haymaker stuff, right?
Exactly.
Like losing a key player here, losing a key player there. Like this is a match I really never felt like had momentum, like either team had momentum that you could really say like, yeah, this is where we got it, right? This is where we got the momentum. We held it to here. It seemed like it just really was a bloodbath, kind of went back and forth and back and forth. And
it was like a ping pong game. It was like a ping pong game, and it feels like every point is we have to focus on breakout adjustment.
Totally.
Absolutely.
And with Marcelo, I think it was a little war of adjustment. Just where I'm gonna put my chess pieces. Just about that.
Yeah, and he's incredibly smart too. And
Sure.
as it relates to off the break stuff, he may be one of the best. I mean, as a player, he's fantastic off the break.
Yep.
So, there was definitely kind of a war of the coaches going on here too, where you guys are both not just making adjustments, but as you're playing the clock and everything, it's kind of what we have to do all the time. You're not just playing your opponent. You're playing your opponent, you're playing the clock, you're playing the refs. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. And it seems like this was not only the best match, well, not the best match we saw all weekend. I think that one belonged to Ala Warsaw. And who was that? Do you remember, Mike?
I do remember
Ala Warsaw. It was a 1-point game, but I think they played like
PP in PP
Arena.
Yeah.
Yes. Like that game.
Oh my
was just
gosh.
a bloodbath.
That was nothing. That was two guys standing in the ring, not protecting their chin, just swinging. And it was so fun to watch. So fun to watch.
Mike and I kept saying like, we're going to leave. We're going to go now. And then we'd watch a few points and we're like, you just want to stay for this? Like, let's just watch it. Yes. It kept going. Kept going.
I got to see it.
You just want to stay for this one. And then we'd
like,
stay. And...
just one more. Just
right.
one more.
Just one more.
Yeah. It's like
so
the terrible.
No, go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's like the terrible alcoholic, right? I'm just going to have one more.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just going to have one more. We did that.
And after I stopped, promise.
Yeah. We probably did it for 2 hours, right?
We did.
Like we were like, hey, we're going to go. Let's just watch this one next point, right? And then we watch point. It got so good, we just stuck around. So, but yeah, this is one of those matches I just never felt like had a true momentum shift.
Yeah, and I feel the same in the pits during the game. You know, I get no moment that I felt that the game was balancing in our favor or in their favor. I said to my guys, that's gonna be for sure a 1-point game difference for sure.
Yeah,
because the two teams play very well, and I think they were well coached, good adjustment, and players on the field take advantage of the chaos created by the breakout shots.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. But I do feel like if we talk about a momentum shifter, I think that final point was that one we just watched. I think from a psychological, maybe even a mental perspective, that was the closest thing I would have considered as a momentum shift. We're now sub 2 minutes, right? The average has now shifted. The average time per point is now shifted. You know, who knows winning the break, right? That next breakout's going to be so crucial. So you're sub 2 minutes. It's a 4-3. You know, it really, it's a testament to the players, like, maintain composure, go out there and execute your game plan. And, you know, especially in the Lucky's pit, right? I love how earlier you said, hey, my pit's out of control. I'm starting to teeter a little bit. I'm going to take a timeout. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to talk about why we're here and what we're doing and what our plan is. And darn it, we're going to get back to Scalp paintball. And I think that's probably having the same conversation in the Lucky's pit at this point now.
Yeah. In my pits, I said to the guys, there is less than 2 minutes left. We are winning by 1. Try to win the breakout. Mm-hmm. And in every case, just don't take silly risk. Control the gaps. Don't just sit and wait. Take opportunity to bump forward if you can, but don't take silly risk. Not now, guys. It's
continue to do what got you there, right? We don't step off the gas.
I say to the guys, if the meal is good, this is because you put all the good ingredients inside it. So if we want all that points, it's because you put some good ingredients. If you replace,
such a French thing to say.
If you replace the chili pepper by just black pepper, it's not gonna be exactly the same meal. At this moment, during this team coached by this coach, you have to make 100% perfect things. If you make a little mistake, they're going to use it and they're going to smash you for sure.
Right. Yeah. But you're not saying that to them. You're not basically saying, hey, if you make a mistake, we're doomed. You're in there saying, hey, let's be smart. Let's win a breakout. Let's get our guns up. When we see the opportunity, we make the appropriate read. We've been doing this all weekend. Let's just keep doing this. Nothing changes. Let's keep doing what got us.
It's just one more point. It's just one more point. And I say to them, maybe it's you play 10,000 or point in your life, and this is just one. So just play paintball and play a smart paintball. This is the most important things, guys. Just ask them to don't take silly risk. If they think, just feel a thing or just get out. Don't take silly risk to take some penalty or something like that. Be confident to the other guys, because if you die, there is four monsters left on the field. So just be confident. Don't be selfish at this moment. Absolutely not.
Did you know that Clint was hurt before this point? Did you know he wouldn't be coming back? You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you make any adjustments based on that? Because like Clint's a great gun off the break. He's going to do a really good job in adjustment. Like if you shoot a guy out off a side, he's going to go fill that really quickly. Did you change anything based on the fact that Clint wouldn't be coming out?
I just say to the guys at the home that maybe they can take a little bit more risky position during of the break, because I was just afraid of not just him, but I was afraid of the breakout of Clint. He was famous about it, and he already punished my home guy one or two times. So I say to him, maybe now you can maybe play a little bit more higher and just open a little more bit to upgrade your chance to make a kill.
Interesting. All right. Well, here it is. The final point. Ryan, let's pause it when we see the initial break here. Yeah, you can see he's playing off that home in the pocket there on Scalp on the right-hand side. Definitely shooting that Dorito lane. Let's see. You got 3 guns up and 2 runners. Aggressive on the Dorito side.
Yeah, I don't want to let them too much space to press us.
Yep. They end up getting your home player anyway. They're wide in the corner. They got to wrap. There's a big push there.
I want to have your opinion on that first kill. Is it a friendly shot? Because to be honest, I cannot know from where he's been shot if it's not a friendly shot. If you can explain me, I'm okay.
Yeah, so the 15s actually lose 2 players. They're pretty fast. So that guy right there. No, it looks like was one of your. It looks like is there
shooting a bounce shot?
Someone's shooting a bounce shot. It looks like someone's shooting a bounce. The way the angle, the way you see the spray coming, that's not coming from behind him. Something's coming. He looks in his stomach like he's.
I think he looks on his just left back. I was just wondering if it's not the Dorito one that was wrapping and maybe smash a pane, and one pane goes on the back on his frame.
It could be he was wrapping because that's an angled wedge. He could be that he's wrapping and this Dorito pitches out a little bit and just catches his hopper. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe
can't be. This break completely blocks that shot.
And I asked my players, and no one of my players can say, yeah, it's me that shot that guy. No one can say that to me. So this is why I'm asking myself about that first kill.
Maybe it's a blind from the can. Possibly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. So now things do get a little interesting here at the end. Malloy, of course, in the snake. He's gonna wrap.
We need the action replay.
Now, so a miner's thrown here. So Malloy, I think, trades with that center player.
To me, from the pits, this is exactly what I saw. He just take a look over the mini wedge. He saw the guy in the snake, go to kill that guy. He shot that guy, saw the guy in the center, turn his barrel, and to me, it's just a trade.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it's like if we are throwing a flag there after, it's just, I don't know.
Maybe I'm not objective, but if I saw that action very, very slow, with more than, I think, a slow motion at 120 picture per second. And if I have a penalty to give, I will assess to the lucky player in the center.
Ryan, back
so Jason kind of mentioned that, like he showed it to me, and he was like, I mean, if anything, the penalty should be on luckies.
Because if you saw a picture per picture, Malloy has got his barrel totally on his
right
direction
here.
at
But
a
this should
moment
be
that the lucky
It
player
looks
got
like
his
Scalp
barrel
gets
down.
shot in the back by
yeah,
his
this
own
should be a
player.
major. Yeah, this should be a major right here. But
So,
um,
bam! See, his own player shoots him, and then he dunks the guy. I thought I saw that. I was like, back
Yeah.
that up.
well, I don't know if you saw it, backed it up and played it like 5 times.
Yeah.
like, so Vince could see like, hey, you got one here though. Okay, you got one here.
Yeah, but to be honest, the best decision for this action is gonna be a trade. Simply a
Sure.
trade.
Yeah, when it's that fast, I agree.
Yeah. When it's that fast and the refs are in that position, yeah.
Yeah, and this is the final. This is Sunday after 3 days of refereeing, and this is a tough job.
Yeah, I kind of talked about that a little bit on Play the Game as well. Like, you know, one of the big sort of drawbacks of having these higher tempo layouts has been the refs have sort of struggled to be able to make all the calls. And somebody in their Discord, one of the questions they asked was, you know, how do you increase like either ref IQ or, you know, if we're going to do this playback system, how do you make it work well? And the reality is you need so many cameras. The games would then take 2 hours because everything that would occur, you know, you're going back and looking at film because somebody always gets shot first, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, where do we draw the line as it relates to like what's reasonable?
Right.
Is it 0.5 seconds or 0.25 seconds? Is it 0.2 seconds, 0.1? Like, where is the line that we're going to draw if we continue to go down this path of like everything is becoming more digital and we're going to use this footage to determine calls, and it just gets it gets really convoluted and messy, right? It just gets too messy. So the reality is we're going to continue to have, you know, solid professional referees who are going to make mistakes because they're human beings, and that's going to happen. And it does, it especially on Sunday. And I'll continue to preach this. I just wish that on in critical times, they would allow the players to play. Right. And I think most of the time, especially deep on Sunday, they do that. Like in the Atlantic City match with the Russians and Aftershock, I really felt like they did a great job letting them play. Like there were a couple of times where run-throughs would occur or close things would happen where there could have been a penalty, and maybe on Friday there would have been, that they didn't call the penalty. And I, like, as a fan, I appreciated that. Yeah. Like, don't impact the game for something so bang. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be different if a guy takes a shot, he's running through, he shoots the first guy and then shoots another guy. That's different. But if they trade and it's pretty bang, let them trade. Like, just move on. So I think that they're, for the most part, they do a good job. And I thought the reffing at that event was pretty good. Like, it was pretty good. You had Ahal up in the tower. You had, you know, it was I thought they did pretty good. There were a couple weaker ones, but I thought for the most part the reffing was pretty good.
Yeah, and I think that the ref during this event were improving days after days, because during the Nations Cup we saw some refereeing decisions that could be contested, but day after days that type of situation didn't happen a lot of time.
We didn't really experience that. We thought the reffing at Nations Cup was fantastic.
We did.
Next question, it was great. Please. Next question, please.
Well played. No, that was it. Just an excellent match. What a great capper to an incredible season, and especially to see those two powerhouse, teams come together and give us exactly what we wanted. Right? I think it was really well done.
The season was tough, and we competed against so great team like Tauntauns. That is a cannot say the contrary. It's a legendary team. So it's an honor to be first in front of that that type of team. Tauntauns, Breakout, Lucky 15, Joy, and and all the other team that we competed against. There is no small team in Pro Division. Absolutely not. You cannot say that. So you have to respect every team as they are the best opponent you can find.
Yeah. So kind of speaking about that, in 10 days you'll be here in America, preparing to play. Potentially the not potentially, really mixing it up with 24, 23 other of the best teams in the world. How do you think, where do you see your group faring? Not having Malloy, not having Arturo. What are the conversations you're having? What does that training kind of look like? I know you're bringing in a couple of the guys from Belgium. So what's that look like, and what's the expectation?
So yes, Malloy, and that's not absolutely normal, gonna play with Russian Legion for that cap. So we know that we got the lack of player in the snake to play the front snake. We got a couple of guys that could make the job, but they don't afraid the opponent the same way that a Malloy or an Arturo can afraid them. So we pick up Quentin Duchesne from Breakout, who can play a snake and can be a good player that could switch for Fourage in the center too. And we pick up Dylan Hendricks to play on the back line. To be honest, I cannot say I'm confident. I'm excited to see and to work with this group in America, with a lot of paint on their back, a lot of point to play. I'm very excited. I can wait. If I can press a button and go directly at this moment, I will do it for sure.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's difficult to wait now.
I need time.
And we try to we had last weekend, we had the first round of Premier Division, and for the first time we play without Malloy, so that was a good experience to see what we can do without him. We really improve our game, our skills since the last year, because once again he helped us so much, and now something that we had to make efforts one season ago. Now it's not efforts anymore. It's become habits. So now it's more easier to create something. We got 2 new players, 2 young guys who can play both sides. Unfortunately, I can bring just one, because the other one is not available due to work. So yes, I can't wait to see how this group of players can evolve, and how we gonna manage this group of players.
Is there any additions to, say, the coaching staff?
For the coaching staff, I found a guy.
Let's talk about the guy. Who's this guy?
A sort of Wikipedia guy,
A Wikipedia guy. Okay.
Yeah. I got the pleasure to have Coach Gray with us for the cup.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. For me,
you two are going to be dangerous, man. You two are going to be dangerous.
No, for me it was totally logical to when I got the opportunity to have him. It appears clearly for me that I got lack of knowledge of this league and those teams and those coach and those players. Yes, I follow everyone from France since a lot of seasons, but absolutely as Ryan made it. So he knows very well every team, every coach, their way of adjustments and the players. So for me, this is a big bonus to have him, and I can wait to feel all that moment of sharing perspective and just exchange about our point of view, and that I'm sure that's gonna be the best tournament of our life.
He's
Of my
like the
life, for sure.
T8. He's like the T800. He has detailed files. So it's going to be, you're definitely going to be armed with knowledge with my friend Ryan at your side, and very envious. So you're going to have a lot of detail, a lot of tendencies fed to you, a lot of great opportunities. The two of you with the brain power, it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible.
we've
I'm
already-
excited for both of you.
We've already had some fun conversations. Like I went back and watched their videos from this weekend, and we had about an hour call today, kind of just on some things adjustments that could have been made, and then some player things that we need to kind of be looking at as we point toward World Cup. And Vince and I were like right on the same page. Like the stuff I told him, he was like, "Yep, I see all of that." And I was like, "All right, great. This is going to be easy then." So should be a lot of fun.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, there is a famous French businessman called Bernard Tapie who say you don't have to be the best best director of the film. You don't have to know everything, but you have to be sure that you recruit guys who get the competence across your tribe. And this is why we are coming with 25% at the camp.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I didn't share that with Mike.
We
have our own pit crew. We're bringing our own pit people. We're bringing people to make food at the house. So like breakfast.
You're bringing chefs.
Yep. They're bringing.
You can call it shifts, but I call it my wife.
Yeah. People to work the booth. Like they're bringing literally the whole staff of it's a professional organization. It's not.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
We try to put all the details by our side.
You're right. Right. We preach about that all the time though, right? If you have these things squared away and locked down, then you, the coaches and the players, can now just focus on being the best unit you can, being the best.
It's just removing totally. It's just removing all those barriers, right?
Yeah.
Like when you think about the logistics of what it takes to go to an event and play an event and to be able to play at the highest level and remove all of these. And when I talk about barriers, I don't just mean like physical barriers in front of you. I'm talking about those mental barriers that get in the way between, where you are in the work. It's just getting those barriers out of the way. So
for example, for the Cup, we rent 2 different houses. We are very, very near, but there is a house only for players and coaches.
Sounds familiar.
That's a house just to focus on player, game, stuff, adjustment, debriefing, etc. And we got another house for all the tribe, all the assistants, all the intendants, the stewardess, the pits, the pod runners, the physical former, the mental preparator, etc. So yeah, we come with the wife of an Indians player that makes some hypnose, and we make some mental preparation with this girl, and she's very great. Her name is Anne Chopin. Now it's Am Lazzarotto because she just married 2 weeks ago.
Well, it sounds like you guys are, as we would say, rolling deep into World Cup. So congratulations on that. It sounds exciting. Stop it. Okay, that's enough.
I don't think there's
you and I are talking, Ryan. We're gonna have a little talk.
For me, it's very important to speak about it because I know that in the USA, some people are a little bit complains a little bit about, for example, our logo, because we are French and the name of our team and the addition of that can offend some of players, some of guys. But I just want to focus on that. Our name is Scalp because we are a tribe, and this is the real feeling that we want to feel with the Scalp world. It's just a big tribe, and we want to play our paintball as a tribe, and from the guy who just go take the boxes of paint, from the last guy who's gonna make the last snapshot to win a tournament. Everyone is important in the process, and everyone is one of the good ingredients of the recipe. So for example, I got two guys who were not supposed to come, and asked the owner to help them financially, because I say those two guys are part of the success, and I want to have them. If I don't have them, we're gonna miss some ingredients of the good recipe for sure.
That's right. We got to have the good. So I'm with you. I used to say that stuff to my players, and if that offended them, I seriously doubt it. But I used to say, hey, I want my scalps. Bring me my scalps. So I think you're good to go, brother. I doubt there'll be any picketers out there. You're good to go. I think you're safe. And I do love that idea though, right? We're all a tribe.
Yeah.
Right?
We really don't want to offend nobody. Absolutely not. We just want everybody to understand that the main things when you hear Scalp is that you have to understand this is tribe. This is the tribe.
Yeah.
Period.
That's awesome, brother. Good to hear, man. I'm excited for both of you. I'm excited for the event. I'm excited for all of it. So again, congratulations on the European Championships. Congratulations on taking your place here amongst the Americans at the Commanders or the Champions Cup here. Speaking of the Commanders Cup, I do want to send a shout out to those cats, the veterans that'll be competing in the Commanders Cup. I've been asked to coach two of them. So I would have loved to have commentated. Actually, I had so much fun commentating the Commanders Cup last year, but so, hey man, World Cup's right around the cut. You're going to be here in sunny Florida here soon. So looking forward to seeing you.
I'm coaching one of those teams.
Are you really? Which one are you coaching?
Coaching the Marines.
Yeah. Well, I got that call, and I
got the Marines. You got the Army.
I got the Army.
SK, I think, is the Air Force.
He's got the Navy. He's got the Navy.
So Air Force, I'm trying to get Ryan Brand.
That's smart.
So let's get ready to rumble, guys.
No, I have a bunch of friends in the Army. I have a bunch of friends in the Marines. Chris Rangel, friend of mine, and the Army guy called me, and literally 4 hours later, the Marine guys called me, and I was like, and of course my family's Marine Corps. So it was like, oh, if I'd known, I don't know what I would have done. Actually, I'd have been like, I'm torn. I'll just go commentate. So
I got him. You're good.
All right, brother. All right. Well, they got a good one. That's for sure.
If you allow me to make a little announcement,
of course. Sure.
Yeah. I got two pod runners, demoniac pod runners that are available for all the cup. Contact me in MP if you want more info, but they are crazy and demoniac. You can put 100% of your trust in them.
All right. So if you need pod runners,
talk to Vince.
Yeah,
no
hit
problem.
him up on Instagram. He can.
Instagram, Facebook. You can find me. Just message me. Yeah, I'll send you for 100% for sure.
I love it. All right,
buddy. Well, thank you so much. We're gonna let you get to bed, and then I got to do the same thing so I can get up and go to the gym. If my groin is gonna allow it, I'm gonna try to go to the gym. So,
injuries.
Good night. Thank you again so much. We appreciate you. Crazy,
wild
man
for the invitation.
Well, we'll see you soon, brother. We'll see you soon.
Talk to you.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. All right. Well, let's take it home, brother. Let's take it home.
Hey, man, that was fun. It was a good time.
It's going to be a good time to cut, too.
We'll see you next week. We may, next week may be the World Cup show. It's either going to be next week or Tuesday of the World Cup. That may be tough, but we'll see what we can do. But could be next week. Lot of stuff going on for World Cup. Hormesis is doing a party again, I believe,
Right.
on Thursday night. And then Friday night, they are doing the premiere for Iron Kids.
Yep.
So that's going to be awesome. So make sure if you're going to World Cup, stop by the Hormesis booth, check that out. We are on pace for World Cup to beat last year's numbers and still on pace for a potential sellout. So if you're planning to go to World Cup, make sure you get paid because it could sell out. Also, don't forget to book with Hertz. If you have not booked your rental car, get it with Hertz. Just rented a car with them. I was in the Northeast this weekend. Had a great experience. So, and doing that every chance I can. Thank you for watching this episode of the Coaches Show. Thank you to Vince for joining us tonight. Major League Paintball for all the support of the show. Darren Cessna, Alex Sorensen, Kevin Fillers, and Tom Cole. Big thank you to Black Red Studios for use of the drone footage. That was awesome. Made things so much easier. Again, thank you guys. Thank you. And all the hospitality, of course, you showed us in France was amazing. If you want to elevate your game, possibly play for Team USA, get the best knowledge in paintball at bkipaintball.com. Check out the combines in the summer camp. If you're looking for new gear for 2025, if you have not locked in your soft goods company, also I hear rumors of packs and pads also coming to Max Sportswear. So make sure you stop by, see Charles at the World Cup. Also, I think there's going to be some reels and stuff coming out soon, talking about a little more about the product and how it works. But make sure you go check out maxedsportswear.com and get true custom work for all your soft goods, including jerseys, pants, tech tees, hats. And again, I think packs and pad coming next year. As always, I'm Ryan Gray with Mike Bianca. Be responsible.